Another day and another new commitment for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and this one is a four-star wide receiver out of North Carolina. Bringing on Tim Hyde from Blue and Gold to break down the news. Please do go ahead and hit the thumbs up on this video to support what we're doing here, Blue and Gold, and subscribe to our channel for more content. Tim, the commitment is, again, four-star wide receiver Micah Gilbert from Charlotte Christian. Four-star prospect across the board. The On3 industry ranking has him as the number 223 overall prospect, the number 38 wide receiver. Pretty solid offer list, Tim. He's got the schools in the Carolinas, South North Carolina, Penn State, Michigan, Pitt, Wake. A bunch of ACC schools, a few in the SEC, Tennessee, Missouri, and a handful of others. Teammates of Bryce Young, of course, who committed to Notre Dame over the weekend. Both of those guys got up to campus for the Blue Gold game. Gilbert just picked up his offer, Tim, in mid-February, so just a little over 2 months later on Notre Dame's commitment list. Chancey Stuckey really has done a great job recruiting for the Irish at the position. So let's pop on the film, Tim. What do you see on this young man's tape?
Effort. That was the first thing I noticed. There's a couple of plays, back-to-back plays right around the 1 minute mark where he's aggressive going after the football, which is nice to see. Nice hands, the way he catches the ball, good route runner, stacking a blue chip wide receiver to go with, Cam Williams, who's right on the tip of 5-star status. So this is a heck of a wide receiver in the class. Plays a lot of slot outside. He's a combination of multiple positions there, that he could play, but really nice wide receiver. I remember when he got his offer, you and I chatted about him, and really good. And then he posted, I was laughing like 2 weeks ago, he posted a top 7. He'd been to his top 6, not Notre Dame. And next thing you know, he's a spring game and he's committing. So that's huge news. So kudos obviously to Coach Freeman, Coach Stuckey going out and just keep that. I love that play. And then the next one where he's just going up and being aggressive, getting the football. So keep stacking these wide receivers. That's basically what it's going to come down to with these recruits, which Coach Freeman is 2022. He kept that class together. 23, great blue chip roster. 2024, just keep stacking these guys, and hopefully get a third class of 70+% blue chips, which is elite status. So fantastic wide receiver. Great job by Freeman and Stuckey, and getting him along with Mr. Young coming from the same high school. It's pretty awesome.
Gilbert listed at 6'2", 205. He looks to be a pretty big receiver. And we look at last class, Braylon James is a pretty big guy. Jaden Greathouse, Cam Williams, is a big receiver. They're definitely adding size at the wide receiver position. Tim, playing slot here, getting this little tunnel screen.
Oh, yeah.
For him, it seems like he can play kind of that Jaden Thomas big receiver role, field boundary. He kind of seems like a pretty versatile wide receiver. Would you agree with that assessment?
Oh, yes. That's, like I said, on his film, he's playing all over the place. Boundary, slot, in the trips, the number 2, the wide side. It's been all over the place. So he's really nice with the ball in his hands. That's, the one thing, not so much catching it. It's what you do with it. And beautiful run. There's a bunch of his plays where he does the dip and up there, does that a bunch, but really nice hands, good playmaker with it. So you just keep adding him. That's why I look at him is you get another 4-star to go on with Cam Williams. And then obviously Notre Dame still has a couple more really good wide receivers that they're banging the drum to bring in. And this class may be 4. We expect 3. Do they bring in another 4 to go on top of what they had last year? Because, the 2020 class is gone, 21. You've lost Lorenzo Styles, so there's only 2 left. And with 22, we know it's only Tobias. So maybe another solid class of 4 to go with the 23 group. And next thing you know, it's the same thing with the D-line. We've talked, Mike, with the Young commitment is, boom, just keep stacking these guys. And all of a sudden you got what looks like weaknesses or big strengths for Notre Dame here in the next year or 2.
Yeah, this kid is he's smart. You can kind of see how he'll run a route and then sit down, kind of just continue to move to find an open space for his quarterback to find him. Catches with his hands pretty cleanly.
Yes.
He's a really good athlete. Yeah, I mean,
He
honestly,
looks like Cam Williams too at some of these.
yeah, I was gonna
Nice
ask you
little
about that.
body.
What you kind of think about this pairing, Cam Williams, Micah Gilbert. Notre Dame seems to be trending for Isiah Canion down in Georgia.
Mhm.
And then, they've been in pursuit of Jason Robinson. Now, Canion, I think, would fall right into this kind of mold. He's, in the 6'2" range, 180 pounds.
Yep.
Another big, speedy receiver. If they end up getting Robinson, he's definitely a slot guy at like 5'8" or 5'9", 150 pounds. Like, he's a smaller, speedy guy. But yeah, Tim, just kind of your thoughts about this 2024 wide receiver recruiting efforts for the Irish.
It stack it on top of last year. It's almost like you look at this as, two classes all together because they needed it. That was, I mean, we've talked about this till we're blue in the face, Mike, about the wide receiver room, just stacking the players in there, the bodies that they need, obviously from the last couple of years just being so dire. It really has been. So all of a sudden they go out and they get 4, they get 3 that are already on campus, had great springs. Jaden Grayhouse, a dozen catches in the spring game. Smith, one of the best receivers out of Texas, getting him away from a high-tech Texas Tech team. And then you go out and you get these guys. So it's a nice class. Cam Williams is as elite as they get. Yeah, I really hope he has a big senior year and he gets that much-needed 5th star, which would be awesome for Notre Dame. And real quick to your Georgia point, and North Carolina and Chicago, 3 really good areas, states that Notre Dame has had a lot of success in. Georgia, North Carolina has been good to them over the years. And obviously, the great city of Chicago bringing in Notre Dame football players. So this could be a great 2024, Mike. And kudos to Coach Stuckey. Hopefully, Marcus Freeman could keep the NFL teams away from him, and he stays another year or two and stocks his roster even deeper going down the road for the Irish.
Yeah, so even at the end of his tape there, you see him playing some safety, picking off some passes, and laying some big hits. So, Charlotte, this is 3 commits for Notre Dame in Charlotte. Of course, Gilbert, Young, both at Charlotte Christian. Then at Charlotte Catholic, a school down the road, Jack Larson, 2024 tight end commit's been locked in for close to a year now. So, yeah, right around a dozen commits for the Fighting Irish in that 2024 class. Let us know what you think about this one. Micah Gilbert, 4-star wide receiver, picking the Fighting Irish. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you have not done so yet. And as always, folks, we will catch you next time.